Hey everyone, I wanted to do a video documenting how I'm making my Pilum. I'm doing up a set of Pilum to send over to Thrand and Elgin. Hopefully the postal service won't give me any grief this time, but I'm making up a couple of Pilum because I'd love to see them testing Pilum. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's a Roman javelin. Now, I'm only sending the heads. If I was to send it with the wooden shaft on it, the postage would be monstrous. So, I'm blacksmithing, and so I am just smithing the heads. Now, what I'm using is mild steel. Don't know how well that corresponds to steel used by the Romans. And originally I'd hoped to forge weld a piece of high carbon steel into the end because I've been told that some Pilum had steel tips on iron shafts, but my blacksmithing skills are not up to that point yet. So what I'm doing is I'm making them all mild steel, but I am hardening the tips. Some people say you can't heat treat mild steel, but hey, there are videos of them doing it on the internet. So what I'm doing is I'm hardening them, but I don't think I'll be tempering them because they're so mild to begin with. And this tip here is hardened and not tempered. Doesn't shatter like glass. Think we might be alright. Please don't do that at home with anything you've hardened. There is a chance of these steels shattering if you make them hard enough. They go real brittle. I don't know. Do as I say, not as I do. But what I've done, I want to show you the basic stages of how I'm making them. Start off, I get my piece of bar stock and I heat up the end that's going to be the tang, and I just squish it out. Get that up to a nice red heat, pop it on the anvil, pound it out flat. Swapping between sides so that it's even. Then the next stage, it depends on if I've marked out my heads. I'll have to mark out on that one where the start of the head on the Pilum is going to be. And from there down, I bevel it off until it is square. I'm just using an angle grinder with a metal grinding disc. And on this one, for something different, I decided to flatten out and point the tip. So this is going to have more of an arrow tip, shaped tip. More triangular, flatter in one direction. I'd like to see how this performs with penetration, but more importantly, how hard it is to pull it back out. One of the benefits of a Pilum is they're meant to really wreck shields and be hard to pull back out, which encourages people to ditch their shields, which is probably a bad idea. Because then you're fighting someone with a sword, shield and armor without a shield. Not good. But I don't know. I think I'll bring that in, try to make it flush. So yeah, I grind that off, and then what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to get out my bench grinder, and I'm going to round it out until it's all nice and smooth. Like this one. Now this one could maybe do with a little bit more meat take off of it. It's got to be a nice thin shaft because the shaft is meant to bend under its own weight after it's penetrated a shield or, you know, a barbarian, possibly another Roman. But I just thought I'd give you this little video documenting how I am making my own Pilum. This is a really easy build. The hardest part of it is just basically flattening it out. But of course, if you didn't want to bother flattening out a tang and you just wanted to try and find a different way of attaching the Pilum head to the handle, it'd be a pretty easy build. Or you could always start off with a bit of a wider stock to begin with, so that you've got this here, or maybe you could use really small pins, maybe even glue it if you're doing your own DIY easy peeler. No. This is just a little project I'm working on. Alright, see you.